Welcome back to Stephen K. De Silva Ministries, and we're working through the series called Prosperous Home. It's based on the manual that's behind me on that table there. That is actually the curriculum kit, and I'm really excited because quite a few folks and friends of mine and new people I've not met before have decided to take on this new curriculum and run it in their church or small group as an alternative to Dave Ramsey's material. And that's quite an honor for me because I admire Dave Ramsey quite a bit, and I've taught his material myself and really appreciate what he's done over the last, my goodness, it must be 20 years in American really education around the subject of home finances. Anyway, I'm pretty excited to be there alongside such a great teacher. And these people that are running my small group curriculum have advantage of having a leader's guide and a video series that accompanies the manual. So anyway, that's a subject for prayer. If anyone thinks about it, please bless and pray into the growth and spread of Prosperous Home among churches and small groups all across the United States. Yeah, that'd be super fun. Well, today we're going to talk about the economic funnel. Yes, last time we met, we worked off of this illustration for the first time, and we talked about inflows and outflows. The economic funnel, the way your finances flow into your organization or your home and out of your organization, how it is spent. Now as we said before, we'll come back to the inflows on a later video. But we're going to concentrate on the outflows, and we're going to talk about those in terms of living, giving, and saving. So we're really focusing only on the funnel itself, the top wide part, the narrow, and the drip out the bottom. The wide part meaning living, all of your living expenses. The narrow part meaning the smaller amount that you give to your charities, churches, however it is that you do that. And the savings part, which is broader than simply the idea of a savings account. Of course, it includes a savings account, but it is broader than that. Really, it's anything that builds altitude in your prosperous home. So now we're starting to talk and think about the idea of how we build altitude. Now, when I think of living, giving, and saving, I think in terms of bread and seed. And that is directly the subject today for our Facebook Live. What we're going to talk about are these two ideas. My cheesy effort at an illustration of bread and the illustration of seed. You see, bread is something that you eat. It's a thing that makes you stronger. It's a thing that builds your health and your strength in your life. It's how you live. Seed, on the other hand, is around the subject of what you sow. Seed is designed to go in the ground. Bread is designed to go in your mouth or on your back as clothing. All right? Bread is for eating and seed is for sowing. Now here's an important idea. You never want to reverse those two ideas. You never want to eat your seed or sow your bread. You see, everything that comes into the top of the funnel can be divided into these two categories. Bread or seed. Bread is meant to be eaten. It's what strengthens you and your family. Seed is what is meant to be sown. It is not to be eaten, otherwise we cut off our bread in the future. So a lot of homes have an idea of living within their means. And last video, we were talking in terms of a living, giving, saving percentage. We were thinking in terms of LGS at 90, 10, 0. That would be a person who is a giver of 10% and living on everything else. So the question that comes up when we think about spending is, are we going to, how do we divide between bread and seed? You see, if something comes to me and I withhold my sowing, will I reduce the amount of my bread in the future? Well, as a natural law for the agricultural history that we are familiar with, absolutely. You see, sowing your seed is a way to sow into this time that you live today. Sowing, I'm getting confused, I'm sorry. Let me start over with this idea of bread and seed. You see, bread sown in the ground will rot. If you dig a hole and put a loaf of bread in the ground, cover it up and water it, and let the sun shine on that, nothing's going to sprout from that investment of bread. Even the Bible speaks to this. It's in 1 Timothy 5:8, where Paul the Apostle is saying that a person who doesn't take care of themselves and their family is worse than an unbeliever. It's a classic Jewish idea that we are supposed to be stable and taking care of our home finances. It's really a biblical argument in support of bread. So it's an interesting thing to consider that biblically we can divide everything that comes into our hands between bread and seed. And reversing it is where many problems are caused for the prosperous home that is still learning. Okay? Now I want to talk about, in terms of bread and seed, I want to go back to the acronym LGS, Living, Giving, Saving. You see, the L, or living, stands for everything it takes to run your life. And here is a list of what I'm referring to. Now, what I like to do is think in terms of big, broad categories, so that when I think about what I live on, I don't have 100 different categories to consider. I only have these 7. Housing, personnel, vehicles, health, entertainment, education, and then taxes and office expenses. I like these categories because they really can embrace everything I spend on myself, on my home, basically my lifestyle. This represents my bread, and everything I spend in one of these 7 categories I consider bread that I get to eat, that is not to be sown. It's what I use to provide everything I need for housing, for myself and my family and my children. It's personal, meaning all of my soaps and, clothing and anything I need for my own health and body. Vehicles is every cost that goes into maintaining my vehicle. That includes gas and oil and anything that makes that thing show up and start and stop every time I need it. Health, that would be my health insurance, my co-payments, anything I spend on taking care of my health needs. My entertainment, I think we need to play. And I think that is a great category to put my movies into, or my book readings, or my clubs. Or some people have pets. How about you put your pets in entertainment? It's just an idea. That's what I mean by entertainment, is your play. Education. Well, when I had young children, I was paying quite a bit in tuition to keep these kids in school for uniforms and tuitions. Before that, I was going to college, so that is your category for all the costs, books, tuitions, everything for your education. The last category is where your taxes go, where you pay for your postage, where you subscribe perhaps to an internet service or anything it takes to run the business aspect of your life. So these are just some ideas that fall under the category of living or bread. These are to be eaten, not to be sown. Now here, let me turn this page over and get to the other 2. Your giving are your tithes and your offerings. It's gifts that you give to charities and other causes that you care about. It's your pledges paid, not promised, but actually paid. Giving is an important aspect and a clear idea of sowing in your life. You see, we're talking about the subject of living within your means, right? And so the question is, if you live on 100% and give 0 and save 0, are you living within your means? That would be an LGS of 100, 0, 0. Is that person living within their means? Well, according to the world, yes. They are living within everything that they earn. Remember the funnel. Everything coming into the top is enough to support all their spending. But as a prosperous home, the answer is no. Because if your living, giving, saving percentages are 100, 0, 0, you have no seed going in the ground. You only have bread, and soon you will struggle to eat. So we want to give and save. You see, the seed portion of bread and seed is represented by both giving and saving. And when you give but don't save, you only have part of your seed in the ground. Think about that. If you're having trouble making ends meet, it's common to think, maybe I should be giving, maybe I should sow. And we tend to give to our churches, charities. It's a great idea. I do it myself. I highly recommend it. But I want to add to that idea that saving is also seed. You need to put seed in the ground and not eat it. If your saving amount is 0, you are missing part of your seed. If you want to begin to gain altitude in your prosperous home, you need to both sow seed and eat your bread. Now, my last point is this. When you consider how much percentage to allocate to giving, I want you to realize that when I say giving, I'm referring to the drip from the bottom of the funnel. That means anything that falls out of your economic funnel into your balance sheet. Do you remember the faucet idea and the kitchen sink? That there's a left side and a right side to the kitchen sink. And the faucet can be turned to the asset side or the debt side. It can be pointed at either one. This is directly referring to the flow of savings from the bottom of your funnel. You have the power to point it at saving or debt, at asset increases or debt decreases. You have that power. We will talk later about which of those choices is smarter. But either choice mathematically has the same effect at increasing your altitude. So we're learning the basics around a prosperous home, about piloting what is flowing through your economic funnel. But we are keeping our mind on the balance sheet, the way the wealthy think. And the way they think is an increase to altitude. Bringing it back to the funnel, you have to let all your spending fall into one, I would say all 3 of these categories in order to have all the bread and seed you need to prosper in your home. Living is your bread. Giving and saving are both seed. Make sure you sow both into this time of your life, that is your saving, and into eternity, that is your giving. All right, that's enough for today. God bless you guys. Thanks for watching, and God bless your prosperous home. Bye-bye. Cut. Okay. How are you guys doing today? I see Lisa and Vicky and Wayne and Katie. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's great to have you online, and it gives me somebody to speak to when I'm doing these lives, so that's a real blessing. Thanks for doing that. Yeah, so next time when we do this video, we are going to continue on the idea of LGS. We're going to establish what your current LGS is and build toward a target. We're going to build toward a target LGS, the same way we built toward a target balance sheet or net worth in the future. Yeah, because remember, I believe that if you aim at nothing, you're sure to hit it. So this is a great way to aim your economic funnel. We'll beat all that up next time. It'll be a lot of fun. And between then and now, God bless you guys. Have a Merry Christmas, and I cannot wait till our next one. God bless. Bye-bye.
Hey, thanks for watching. I'm Stephen K. De Silva, and you're probably wondering, why have I never heard this information before? Well, now you can by going up into this corner and subscribing to this channel. Or you can go to this corner and watch the next video. There is tons of information I'm giving you. Go check it out and go deeper. Or better yet, go to the link below and go check out my website. I've got some free stuff on there. Go get that and go see lots of resources so you can finally master your money. Hey, I gotta go record another video. I'll see you soon. Bye.